Good morning. It is me, your girl, Sarah Bradley. Again, I am the 3B, Bold Beautiful Beauty. Wanted to talk this morning to some of you about struggles and how sometimes we don't understand why we go through the things that we go through, why certain things happen to us, and sometimes we begin to question God and we say, God, why do you allow me to go through the things that I go through? God, why do things continue to happen to me? God, why am I constantly treated the way I'm treated? Why, God, that every time I turn around, God, every time I look to my left, I look to my right, there's turmoil, there's trouble, there's pain, there's hurt. But I'm coming to you today just as a reminder to somebody that the reason why you go through the things that you go through, the reason why every time you turn around, it appears to be that things are just not going right. The reason is because God is trying to get something out of you. The reason why is because God is testing you. The reason why is because God wants to know if he can trust you. The reason why is because God is preparing you for your next level. You see, God has to put us through tests. God has to put us through trials just to see if we're ready for the next level, just to see if we can withstand, just to see if we can hold on and not give up. Because if you hold on and if you do not give up, God said, okay, my child, now I can unlock everything that is waiting for you in this next season of your life. So I know sometimes it feels like your head is barely above water. I know sometimes it seems as if you're carrying the weights of the world on your shoulder. I know sometimes it feels as if everyone is against you. But I'm here to remind you on today that do not look at the things in the natural eye. I want you to start viewing things from the spiritual eye. Because some of this stuff that we think that we are going through is just a facade. It's not as it appears. God is trying to get something out of you. God is trying to prepare you. And God is trying to strengthen you and get you ready for what's to come. Because you have to understand that with every level God unlocks for you, for every battle that he allows you to get through, for every growth, for every phase that we encounter in life, we have to understand that with every level that God takes us to, with every elevation that God allows us to reach, comes bigger trials, tougher trials, bigger devils. So you have to be prepared for the next phase in your life, for the next level. Because if you cannot endure what's on your plate currently, if you cannot endure what's before you, then there's no way you can be ready for what's to come. There's no way you can be ready for the next level, for the next elevation. Because God has to make sure that you can handle what's to come. God has to make sure that you're prepared for what's to come. It's not going to be easy. Not at all. We have to understand that nothing worth having comes easy. You have to You're going to have to go through. You're going to have to sacrifice. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You're gonna have to stay on your knees and fast and pray and ask God for the strength to get through. So just understand that, yeah, we go through. Yeah, the battles are hard. Yeah, it feels as though the world is against me. I'm always carrying the weights of the world on my shoulder, and it appears that everything for everybody else is going smoothly. Again, appears. There's something about that word appear. Something appear. That does not necessarily mean that just because it appears to be one way that it's true. It does not mean that. So just know that God is trying to see, and God is pruning you. God is refining you. Because God is trying to prepare you for the next level. And God is trying to see if I can trust you. If he, not me, he can trust you. Just like in the Bible with Job, how Job was tested. How Job lost everything. And how they tried to get Job, even his wife, to curse God. But Job refused to curse God. So we have to be like Job. It does not matter what comes against us. It does not matter what happens to us. We still have to trust God in this season. And due to the fact that Job trusted God, and Job said if God allowed him to endure what he endured, there had to be a reason. And because Job never lost his faith in God, and because Job never gave up, he recovered everything that he lost plus more. And that's what God is trying to get some of us, some of you, to see in this season. That even though the trials are hard, even though the tests are hard, I want to see if you're going to withstand. I want to see if you're going to trust me to bring you out. Because if you trust me, says God, God said that I will restore everything that the enemy thought that he stole from you. And God said, not only will I restore, God said, I will give you double for your trouble. So be mindful in this season that there's a reason why you're constantly going through the things that you are going through. Because God has something in store for you. God is trying to get something out of you. So continue to trust God in this season. And know that he sees. And just know that he's preparing you. He's refining you. Because greatness is on the way. But he wants to make sure you're prepared for what's ahead once he unlocks the next door to your elevation. This is your girl, Sarah Bradley. I am the 3B Bold Beautiful Beauty. I just wanted to stop by this morning with a word of encouragement, a word of motivation, or a word of inspiration for somebody out there today. I want you to be blessed. I want you to have a prosperous day on purpose. Until next time, peace.